Welcome back to Real Estate Radio San Antonio with Karla and Stan, and we're here with Robert Tuan of SanAntonioHomefinders.com. Robert, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Stan.
Good. As we've talked a lot about different things, and you're in our office, and we've been out to lunch several times and stuff, and we
lunch. We've never been to lunch.
Maybe dinner. It is what
dinner.
It is. Yeah, you're always hustling me for something here. So, but here's the best thing that we talk about so often is people that do not even think that they would qualify for a home. And we've gone back and forth, and that's why we're kind of doing the segment of the show on that is I like what you call the fear and procrastination of not purchasing a home and how people act or don't act on that situation there.
Yeah. Fear is, people are fearful of a lot of things. They've never done it before, so, they think it's really a traumatic thing. And I'll make it fun, fast, fun, and easy. That's how I like to do it because I'm like a guide for fishing or go to the amusement park. I'll give you all the highlights and how easy this can be done. So if we can take the fear and the procrastination out, I bump into people from time to time who start looking at homes and, can I help you? No, we're just looking. Well, something's changed in their life to get them at least motivated to get out there to look, but they're fearful of talking. And I always tell them, look, I'll help you. The fact of it is, I want you to learn everything you can. The worst thing in the world is to bump into me or call me and we not discuss everything. You go along your way, and then I bump into you a second time, and they say, oh, if you'd have told me this the first time, I'd have done this or that. Mm-hmm. So, that's the first thing. And for first-time home buyers, it's even worse because they have no experience at it. Anyways, go to SanAntonioHomefinders.com and fill out a form, and I'll be glad to get a hold of you to make this fast, fun, and easy.
I like the way you say that, fast, fun, and easy.
Yeah.
Purchasing a home. As we talked about, so often people, they think that their credit score is low, and it may be low, but it may not be high enough to get a home. And like you said, you've talked to clients of yours that have gone online and filled out an application online and came back denied right off the bat.
Right.
And so they think, I can't buy anything because I've been denied or whatever. And let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I have a couple of them right now. I usually get about 3 or 4 a week at least that I bump into or somebody recommends them to me. And they say, we've had a problem, and I kind of give them a quiz. I quiz them pretty hard about things because I want to help them get a home. And I'm not a loan officer. Mm-hmm. I'm not an accountant. But if they answer this, I kind of have an idea what the next step is. And I'll tell you up front, this is a tough case, but let's go to the expert, whether it's you or Karla. And at that point in time, I really feel you're one of the best mortgage companies, not just in San Antonio, but within probably, let's just say the state of Texas.
Thank you. But and you're so right on that because we get so often we get a client that'll come in that's referred to by you, and so we'll sit down with them and talk to them, and maybe their credit score, they've got some things on their report, right. And FICO is it's a 23, 24-year-old product, that those were the way it was created, back in the late 90s. And so it doesn't have a lot of the more modern stuff. And there's things that you get on your score that can be fixed or maybe okay.
Right. Through one of your...
And that's what we have to look at with someone. They'll think, I had a medical collection and I had this problem 2 years ago and, I'll never be able to buy a house. Well, almost shame on you for taking that attitude is what I think, because so many of these people, we all really want to own a home,
right?
And so many people deserve to own a home, but they've had some rough times in their life that a lot of that is by, and we just need to sit down and look at that we do a credit analysis on them, financial analysis, and can look at that and make steps. More often than not, they're actually able to purchase a home. They just didn't think they were.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to have an 800 credit score to purchase a home. There's all the government programs out there. Things have come down. They understand what's going on in the credit market. The lenders, the federal government have all helped.
So many circumstances,
Yeah, I mean, it's under 600 now for a FICO score that you can purchase a home on still. With FHA, we've done several here in the last couple months that were, and I hate to even say the score, but they're under 600.
Wow.
And their interest rate was 3.875. And I know that, we're not supposed to talk about, interest rates can change all the time, but that's just to show you that it's not that you're going to get hammered with interest rate, that there's a lot of available programs out there that you can fit in and purchase a home.
Well, I had one the other night I talked to, and I said, with everything you've given me, unless there's something you haven't told me, but once you go to mortgage, they'll find out. I mean, there's no secrets. So, and she goes, well, there was a bankruptcy 8 years ago. And I go, well, that might not be a problem because so many people, I've had one bankrupt, not me, but I had a client that had bankruptcy 35 years ago. And he goes, I don't think I can get a home. I go, well, let's take a further look here. And got him a home.
Yeah.
I did have a tough one that you couldn't get financed. And I don't want to bring that up because there's our people out there. He had an 800 credit score, and that's hard for you not to finance. Yes. He had a lot of money in the bank. He had a lot of equity in investment properties. But his problem, he went from a W-2 to a 1099. And there wasn't a mortgage company that could do that I found. Mm-hmm. And but I did have a bank that did them.
There are some portfolio investors out there that will do that. Absolutely.
So I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're here talking to, I don't know, how many people are we talking to, Roland?
2 right now.
Well, a lot of people out there. And, everybody has something a little different. But unless they call us, contact us, we'll never know what happens.
If you just joined us, you're listening to Real Estate Radio San Antonio, and that's realestateradio.sa.com. Be sure and go on there. If you have some questions, if you want some information, just contact us, hit that contact button, and we'll get with you. That's realestateradio.sa.com, and we're here with Robert Tuan of SanAntonioHomefinders.com. And, Robert, as we continue with that, the credit, we talk about,
Well, when we do this, it's such a wide thing, and you just have to get involved. Call Stan, Karla, or myself, and we'll get you involved, and we'll give you all the directions to go. Everybody's a little different, and we just know the direction to go to. I always say 99.9% of the time, we can get you into a home.
I was speaking in front of a group of realtors here about 3 weeks ago. And I was just talking about all the different programs. And I mean total programs, even things that we don't handle that are even out there. And it was amazing how many of the realtors did not know that all of those programs exist. And that the look on their face and the questions that came forth after that they were asking, how's that work? Or that really is there? And you can have that credit score.
It doesn't
you can
surprise
have that bankruptcy.
me.
And I guess what I want to make the point is if people are making a living on this and they don't know it all, how would you expect the standard public to know that? And so just get with us and we can advise you. Give us a call. Give Robert a call. Any of us tie in. We can find out exactly what you can afford, where you'll be. At least to give you good, true advice.
That's what I try to educate people with. I'm just not a realtor. I have a whole system of mortgage and title companies to make this a smooth, easy process. And a lot of realtors, I know they work hard at what they do, and they show property. But there's more to it than just showing property. Mm-hmm. It's guiding you to the right properties and having mortgage companies that will get you the right mortgage. And that's so imperative. There's been a couple of clients I've picked up that they've been with other realtors, but they had no mortgage companies. Mm-hmm. They're kind of like a fish flopping out of water. So I have a good friend that everybody knows out there. I've known him for years. We've done business. He's got a great slogan, but I like to get the job done. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had, I think, when someone is pre-qualified, pre-approved, that's when they come to us. We look at all the documentation, their banks, and we can give them a pre-approval letter. That's very important in this market today because the good homes are turning so fast. And we had a realtor call us just the other day that was on the listing side, and she was looking at the offers on the home, and so she wanted to call us and interview us a little bit since we were the ones that were doing the loan and the pre-approval, and she had that pre-approval letter where she didn't have them from the other offers.
Right.
And she just wanted to check with us. Now, are these people good? I said, absolutely. I mean, we can't divulge any information, but that's a true
pre-qualifying is really important from a quality company. And you're a quality finance company.
And so she was doing a little bit of her due diligence on that too. So having that pre-approval letter, not just a pre-qual letter. There's a difference between a pre-qual letter and a pre-approval letter.
Yes.
We can explain that to you. But you want a pre-approval letter. You want it from a reputable company. The realtors know who's reputable out there. And that means a lot to them to have that proper piece of paper in hand.
Could mean the difference of getting a house or not getting a house.
Because when you got multiple offers on that house, they're not only looking just at the price, but they're looking at who's for sure going to
for a real deal.
It's going to close. Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. That's so important. So, well, Robert, we've run out of time this afternoon on this show. Yeah,
man.
And so we're gonna cut it off here. We just want to thank everybody for joining us. You've been listening to Real Estate Radio San Antonio. And if you have any questions or you have anything, subjects that you'd like to hear on the radio, please go to realestateradiosa.com. Hit that little contact button on there. We'll pick it up. We'll answer those questions, and we'll bring them on the show. And thank you very much.
Thank you.